Jimmy Garoppolo, not named the starter yet for week 1. Shanny got a little slippery with that after the game, but that's how the actual football went. He goes up high to Ayuk, and it is intercepted by Asante Samuel Jr., second-round pick. This Chargers roster, very, very, very talented, but so are the Niners, of course, especially that young whippersnapper Trey Lance, first-round pick that they spent everything to go get, and that's why. A bullet touchdown to Travis Benjamin, and there's Jimmy, all smiles on the sideline. They're talking, they're laughing. What happens week 1? What happens after that? Niners win. Lots of questions and intrigue.
You've got lots of questions and intrigue with the Niners' biggest fan, Will Selva, on the West Coast. He's got the news and the headlines on this. Nate's last week on the show.
I cannot believe it is Nate's last show. There are so many things that I have learned about Nate throughout these last 5 years that I'll be bringing up throughout the show and throughout the week. But I know that, Nate, you don't like bungee jumping. I know you don't like octopi, and you don't like 2-page text either. You like letters because they show more emotion. So, right? Am I right about all those things? Okay. You're also a big proponent of vasectomies as well, my friend. So, yes. Exactly. So we've learned a lot. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Either way, let's do that smooth transition now to the quarterback battle in Indy, if you will, if I can make that transition, but I will anyway. Jacob Eason and Sam Ehlinger are both battling it out in Indy to see who's going to be the Week 1 starter against the Seahawks, but don't count out Carson Wentz just yet. Head coach Frank Reich saying on Sunday that Wentz will return to practice on a limited basis this week. Wentz has not practiced since undergoing foot surgery earlier this month and was given a 5 to 12-week timetable for his return. Reich also saying Quentin Nelson will be returning to practice as well. The Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa looking good in his second preseason game. He played the entire first half against the Falcons, going 16 of 23 for 183 yards and a touchdown. While many starters only play a series or two early in the preseason, Dolphins head coach Brian Flores thinks the added work is just what Tua needs right now.
He had a pretty good time of possession there and really throughout the game. Tua obviously was a big part of that. Threw the ball well, had good command of the offense, made good decisions. I think overall, it was good execution. I think the number one benefit is that Tua loves to play football, and he wants to be out there, and we want him out there. I think it's, to me, if you want to get better at football, you got to play football. That's just my opinion.
And that is a good opinion to have. Tua, this is going to be a big season for him, as of course he's another year removed from injury and also is another year in the offense. And Tua also trying to prove to people that they indeed made the right choice by picking him over Justin Herbert. Okay, and guys?
I think it's important. Thank you so much, Will. Tua looked sharp, and no Will Fuller, no Devontae Parker. He was lighting it up, and he has lit it up through the preseason without his full cast of characters out there that he will have at his disposal week 1. How impressed were you guys by Tua's performance this weekend? And are you sold on him yet, Kyle?
I think so. I'm not sure yet. He looks good. He looks sharp. He made some nice plays. He looked like that kind of Alabama-esque Tua that you wanted. But there's just so many stakes with this guy right now. I read this article on the drive in to work this morning in the Miami Herald, and it was basically, it's time to start believing in the Miami Dolphins again. That's a line. And it's when most of your good memories about the Dolphins are your father's memories. This thing is so loaded emotionally with the Dolphins quarterback. It's a lot like Bears fans in that, like, we need this dude to work out. He looked fine. He looked good. It was a preseason game. He's a second-round guy, second-year guy in the top 10 pick. He should look good. When I can't make up my mind about somebody right now and I start to think, how's this going to go? You know what you have to do? What do we got to do? You have to check the schedule. You have to check the schedule. You always check the schedule. Never mind 90% of the screen. Just join me in the upper left-hand corner. At Patriots versus Bills. That's all I need to know. That will tell us. If you go through that game, too, and you're shaking, you're 0-2, mayday, mayday. You got to win at least one of them. Go get both of them. We could bring up a million pieces of tape and cutaways and interviews about how he looked in the preseason. You're going to beat Belichick in the opener in New England? You're going to go in there with all those banners and win that game like you're supposed to? You got something for Josh Allen week 2? Guys, we will have a lot of Tua talks after 2 weeks based on those 2 games about the next 10 years of Dolphins football. I hope it's positive, but until he beats those teams, I don't know.
He
We couldn't possibly know.
Out the gate, he's got to be that for you?
I can't think of 2 games that would be more loaded for the Dolphins than those 2 matchups. I don't care if he played Herbert and Chargers. Never mind all that.
If they win.
Patriots, Bills. If he comes out of that 2-0, we got something.
Yeah,
we got a sensation.
You know, it's ironic that you brought up the Miami Herald. In preparing for the segment, I tapped into the Miami Herald, too. I went back a couple of months, though, because I wanted to see what people were saying around the time Tua came out and said, didn't really have a grasp of the playbook. I didn't really know it really, really well. And everybody lit him up. And they were surprised. They were like, what's going on? I can't believe a quarterback would come out to say that. They say the truth will set you free, and that's all he did was admit that as a rookie I was dealing with a lot, and the playbook was condensed, maybe because I didn't have a grasp of it. When you look at him play now, when you pay attention to what's been going on in the preseason, you can tell they opened this thing up. This isn't just slants and bubble routes and him just getting the ball out quickly, screen plays, and just making it a simplified version of what they really want to run. Now that the playbook is open, imagine what they're going to be doing in the week one of regular season. We're talking the first 2 weeks. This is a vanilla version of their offense. He's working it seamlessly. Now they're going to be able to give Tua the complete playbook, and he'll play a lot better than he did last season.
I love what I saw. Tua was awesome. He was slinging it, too, which was great. But what I really liked was on the sidelines. I was watching this game. It was on NFL Network, and he's talking on the sidelines to Jakeem Grant. He's talking to Jalen Waddle, and he's very animated. He's like almost this verbal leader that I was wondering. That wasn't the guy. And then Charlie Fry's there, who's the quarterback's coach, and he's next to him, and he's nodding. But it's all Tua, like, leading and going, here's what we got to be. Here's what. That was important. What I didn't like is that we're in a preseason game, and he's playing a full first half, and this happens here. I don't know if we need to see this. Here's Tua on a scramble on 2nd and 3, and it's like, all right, throw the ball away. It's preseason. Now, everyone say, I love the competitor in him, but gosh, this is preseason. I don't know if I need that. And
just run out of bounds.
All that stuff, like slide or get rid of this because he is a second-year guy that we are banking on here. I did not like this play, and I know that it's Tua being the competitor and wanting every yard, but like, gosh, playing the whole entire first half, this could be really interesting here with Tua because I think this guy wants every yard and wants every play, but you sometimes have to protect him from himself.
He loses those first 2 games, you still stick around? Potentially,
there's no other option.
Yeah, I mean, it's 2 games.
For round 2. I'm just curious because seeing growth out of him, it's hard to not be excited about.
Yeah, listen, he'll be around, he'll be there, he's still going to be their guy, but like the knives are going to be out, and especially look, the Herbert thing. This is how we do things. That was Trubisky's plight the whole time in Chicago. It was Watson and Mahomes. You got to win one of those games.
True.
You can't come out of those games 0-2. You can't.
And if they do, it means a whole lot. How about Nate going and visiting the local library for microfiche?
That was incredible, Nate.
Miami Herald.
Catalog and found that old article.
Armando Salguero wrote in.
Is that right? Lexus.
At GMFB, celebrating Nate's last week on the show. Let's talk a little Russell Wilson, your former team. He landed himself a spot on